I think it's just insane how, like, I remember years ago when I was watching MKBHD with my friends, right? Linus Tech Tips, Your Average Consumer, Soldier Knows Best, all these OG tech YouTubers, right?
Yeah.
Everyone who loves tech just enjoyed watching their videos, right?
Yeah.
Tech reviews have gotten so strong that they can affect stock prices. Isn't that mad? YouTubers, you know?
Maybe that's like the strat, you know? Bring out something that's really shitty and then boom, next year, upgraded. It's fucking 10 times better. Look at this shit.
The Razer phone that he reviewed, he specifically said the vibration motors were really bad. And I get that, bro. Like, I don't know if you've had a bad vibrator on your phone. Right, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Hey Hammy podcast. Or the Hey Hammy show. I don't know. I don't like calling it a podcast because of the connotations with it, but I love a podcast. Yeah, for today, I wanted to talk a little bit on that. There's a few things to uncover with what's going on in Australia right now, especially with, not really gonna lie, when my parents told me about the situation, I wasn't even aware of the situation.
Yeah.
Like with the Bondi stabbing.
Uh-huh.
And with a lot of situations, for some reason, I think I've been so desanitized from the news. Like, everything is always so crazy on the news that, like, when something crazy actually happens, I'm like, okay. You know, I don't really think about it that much. So with this Bondi thing, I think...
Did you say desanitized?
Yeah.
Isn't it desensitized?
Is it desensitized?
Yeah.
Okay, desensitized, yeah.
Yeah.
Sensitized. But isn't it both? I feel like it's both, isn't it?
Desanitized?
I get it though, but like... Yeah, desensitized, yes.
It's desensitized.
Desensitized, yes, alright.
Why are you desanitizing it?
Desensitized. I'm sorry. I'm from. No, I have no excuses. Right, my English should be decent by now. I wanted to say, like, I've been so desensitized by a lot of things, but I decided to, like, really learn and understand this whole situation with the Bondi stabbings because I also work at a mall and my parents are concerned as well. So I started to, like, research a little bit about what's going on, like reading the news, actually like what's happening. And only when you start to, like, actually read the individual stories, that's where I felt like, oh shit, like it's a
real thing.
Yeah, it's a real thing. Like, it's a very weird thing. I'm sure a lot of people could relate to this because, like, when all the news around, like, online that you see is so crazy, and then you see, like, 6 people die, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
But when you actually take a step back to, like, learn about their stories or, like, picture yourself being in that situation, then you're like, oh shit, like, that could have been me. Because it happened in, like, a random mall, right, in Sydney, right?
Yep.
But we're in Melbourne, and Melbourne is nothing short of crazy compared to Sydney. So for people who don't know what happened, basically in correct me if I'm wrong at any point, you have the laptop with you, Westfield Bondi Junction, right? I forgot exactly what was... Yeah, Bondi Junction Mall. There was a dude, I think in the middle for like his mid-40s or something. He randomly went in the mall at, like, I think 3 p.m. and started running around stabbing people. And there was 6 victims, mostly female and 1 male. So 6 people died and a few others injured. And for me on this podcast, I don't really want to talk too, like, in depth about what's happened because I think whatever happened has already happened with the stabbing. But the few stories of, like, one of the 2 of the people, one was a international student, should be an international student from China, and then the other one was a refugee from Pakistan, if I'm not wrong. Let's talk about that guy first because, like, we are a podcast where, like, we're talking about international life, right? I am just go up to there. He is a refugee from whichever country it is, right? It doesn't matter which country you're from. And this was his first day at work.
This was
his first day at work as a security guard. So it was his first day at his work as a security guard, and, like, isn't that crazy to be, like, at your first day of work and then this happens?
It's like, especially considering the fact that he was, like, a refugee as well, you know, that's just like, you already come from what can only be assumed to be quite a bit of hardship, right? you get a job in a new country and you're like, you know what, maybe this is where it starts to go up, right? First day on the job, there's a fucking madman who goes around waving fucking knives and stabbing people. It's like, damn, man, Jesus.
Yeah, and I can only assume how happy he was to get the job, you know? How happy he was, and also, like, how happy his family was, like, to get that job. You know, like, when I started thinking about that, that's when I went, like, oh, shit. Because I remember the first day as an international student getting a job, right? And I'm being like, oh my God, I'm so excited. Like, this is it. Like, I get to support myself. I get to pay my family a little bit here and there. That was what I was excited for. And also back in Singapore when I did national service as a police officer, right? Thank God, blessed to God that like my whole experience as a police officer, I wasn't injured or anything like that, right? And it could have easily have like this kind of thing happened like within the first day, and like I think it speaks a lot to like in this era, the number one thing that we're supposed to do when these things happen is to run away or find shelter, right?
Yeah.
But and I get it in a law sense, I understand that, but there's also the reality and the human aspect of things. Like personally for me, right, when this kind of shit goes down, personally for me, I'm that guy that like I'm probably gonna throw shit at the guy. Like I whatever I see around me,
just
alright,
start fucking.
I'm just gonna start
wailing on the
shit.
Motherfucker.
Exactly.
Just pick shit up and throw it at his ass.
Like if I see clothes, I'm gonna throw it at you, right? If I see the hangers that's standing to like hang the clothes, I'm throwing that at you. I see my shoe, I'm throwing that at you,
throw
right?
a fucking rail at him, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Just chuck
I'm
a
that
fat
guy.
ass fucking.
But legally, a lot of us are not allowed to do anything, right? Even with security guards, like speaking of this situation, right? The job of a security guard is to bring the members of public to safety and also call the police. And like on paper, that makes sense. Like it is what you should do. But in reality, when the guy is coming up to you and like about to stab you, like what's the human thing to do, you know? There's also the human instinct of things. And I don't have the right answers. I don't have the best solutions. But to me, it's like, I don't know. It's been very weird with the world right now, right? Like, whenever these kind of things happen, you're not allowed to do anything. Like, if you beat up the guy, maybe you could go to prison because you beat up the guy who was holding the knife.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's always a bit odd, especially when it comes to, like, self-defense laws and whatnot. It's like, because also how much could you do, you know? It's like, if you say you threw something at the person to stop them, right, and then that's it, that's all you did, but it hit them on the side of their head, the side of their temple, and then they fucking die. They have a brain aneurysm. They fucking die.
Yeah. But I feel like there should be an open discussion, not open. I don't even know what it's the word, but like there should be like an openness. If a guy who's coming in waving a knife, right? I don't care how hard a person is gonna hit this guy. You can throw shit at him, take like a fucking blender and throw it at his face. You should be allowed to do so and find legal roundabouts to make that justified.
Why even roundabouts? Just
yeah, exactly.
Up.
Like
just straight
but
up.
But that's the problem, right? When you have so many written laws or like written rules, it's hard to then come to the conclusion of a human instinct.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, like for example, if I set up like a instruction for you, right? If I set up an instruction for you before we start recording this podcast, you have to, right? It's a must. You have to check the batteries, check the microphones, check the cables. Down the generations, as you write these down, like if we have interns or like the future people, they'll start to just be like, okay, I must do it. But there's also the like, you don't have to follow it step by step. Like, as long as you know it's there and it's working, like just do your job, you know?
Yeah.
But then when you obviously like that is nothing compared to this situation, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know, like it's been a lot of situations where like I get it, you have to run away, but there's also the reality, and like this is what reality is. Like 6 people died.
Yeah.
You know, I can only assume this guy was like trying to protect people, and I don't know, because there's like a lot of money and laws involved with like different companies, so like it's hard. Like I don't know what would be the best solution, because I know definitely the companies want their workers to run away, because if anything happens to the workers, then that's also on them. But at the end of the day, it's like a very human instinct to like
Yeah.
help.
I mean, listen, at the end of the day, if you're out shopping and you see a man come in wielding a knife, waving it around, trying to attack people, your fight or flight kicks in, right?
Yeah.
And so if you're a mother with a 9-month-old baby,
Yeah.
you'd want to run away. You'd want to protect your child and run away, right? But let's say the Pakistani security guard Faraz Tahir, who, you know, his job is a security guard, he wanted to protect people by fighting instead, you know? It was literally his job, and he wanted to carry that out.
Yeah.
And so, you know, in doing his following his instinct, it's unfortunate, you know, he passed away from his injuries. But like, I guess what I'm saying is just like human instinct, you know. It's
Yeah.
and then when you like add laws to it as well, then it becomes a bit more confusing in the sense of what even is accessible to do.
Yeah, because it's as of right now in Australia, it's very weird with like this happening, and then the Pope, or was it priest? Pope or priest, right? I think it's the priest that got stabbed as well in the church. And then the one that you were talking about, the North Melbourne, the kids that was bringing like machetes.
Yeah,
like
Woodgrove Shopping Centre in Melton.
Yeah, it's been such a like popular thing to do. It's weird to say, right?
I'll tell you. I told you that this is what I was thinking when I read about the Bondi attack. The first thing that that popped up in my head was that I hope to God that this doesn't influence other people to do like the same crazy shit. And then literally like a few days later, the Melton thing pops up in the news, and I'm like, well, fuck's sake. Literally 2 fucking kids. It wasn't even 2 kids, like 2 groups of kids who came in wielding axes and machetes, started fighting each other in the fucking middle of the food court. In a shopping centre. It's like, what?
North Melbourne, right?
Yeah.
Why do you think that happened? It's like such a weird thing. Cause okay, I'll give you guys my theory, right? My theory is like, these people have urges, right? Like with this Bondi situation, the guy was he's sick. I forgot the exact word. It's very hard to pronounce. If you want to have a look, like what was the guy sick with? He has like a schizophrenia or something like that.
Schizophrenia?
I think so. I think that should be the one.
Was it schizophrenia?
Yeah, I think that should be the one. He is sick, and I don't know what people go through in their heads. Like everyone has their vices and like their urges, right? And from what I've seen in the news with how the parents talk about him, the parents mentioned like from the start, like our kid is sick. Like he's a lovely kid, but he is sick. But the mind is not telling him he's sick. And I don't know what pushed him to do what he did, but it's definitely something that's like there's an urge and then you just act on impulse. And then especially with these people who go through like a lot of mental health issues, when you see these things happen in the news, right, you kind of get inspired. And like the more you see like these situations happen in the news, they're like, oh shit, this happened, now I can do it. And like, oh, at least I can get the fame, you know? It's like when you watch a lot of like cultural things online, right? Or like, for example, I watch MKBHD, just a normal tech YouTuber.
Yeah.
When I see someone loving tech, it feels like, oh, I'm not the only one. I think that's what subconsciously is happening with like when there's stabbings or like these things happening, then other people with urges are like, oh, I know how that guy feels. Now I want to be the same, you know? But as much as popularity can help, and like, I don't know, man, like news companies has always been like, not even news companies, man, like in general, we live in a time where we have very clickbaity titles and also titles that get you drawn in. And sometimes it really brings people into this like world of confusion and like,
I mean, like besides like the clickbaity shit, like when it comes to news, when you do report on stuff like this, right, you're obviously trying to do it for the awareness of the general public, right? But what comes with that is the negative side effect of people taking it not as an awareness announcement, of, like you said, people who believe that they can now act on their urges the same way that the person they're reading about did.
Yeah, you brought a very good point.
Yeah. So it's like with the good comes the bad, you know. It's like you can't release information to the public without people in the public reacting to it in their own manner.
Okay.
You'll have, you know, your everyday working people be like, "Damn, man, that now I'm feeling a bit scared. Now I feel a bit worried, you know. Do I want to go to the mall tomorrow or whatnot?" And then you have the fucking idiots, right, who are like, "Oh my god, yes. He's done it. I've wanted to do it for so long. I'm a fucking deranged cunt," you know? And it's like, and then they take it as inspiration that they also can act on their urges.
Yeah.
And it's like,
I felt that though. Like, yes, when I was working at a mall, I was like, even when people were just shopping, like they were actually looking at the clothes, and they're behind me. I'm just like,
yeah, you felt it, didn't you? Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So you were aware of that.
Especially people wearing trench coats right now. I'm like, don't you fucking, you can flash me, right? You can flash me, but don't stab me. I'd rather take the flash than stabbing, right? Any day.
Also, I did find it. It was so he was diagnosed with schizophrenia from the age of 17. Yeah, and so it's.
Do you want to explain a little bit what schizophrenia actually is?
Yeah, sure.
It's something to do with like your brain not being able to understand.
No. I have a broad general understanding.
What's your broad general term? Just explain that to everyone.
It's a mental disorder that basically your perception of stuff around you, your environment, yourself, and the people around you is altered. It's different.
Yeah,
it's different. That's what it is. I'll give you some of the results that some of the byproducts of schizophrenia. Schizophrenia may result in some combination of hallucinations, delusions, and extremely disordered thinking and behavior that impairs daily functioning and can be disabling. So, yeah, at the end of the day, it is a mental disorder, and basically just affects people's perception of the world around them.
Yeah. It's weird, man, because like with all these things happening, I hope everyone's at least like be aware with where you're going. Just be careful. But
yeah, I mean, like,
because you can't expect it. Like,
you can't expect it.
Yeah,
you can't like
expect it. It's so random,
and you shouldn't expect it. You know, like you should just be able to go out and enjoy your day. Like, why would you have to go to a mall and think, oh, what if some fucking deranged idiot comes in and starts wielding a knife around? I mean, I'd say that generalization is probably more fitting for the teenagers up in North Melbourne.
Yeah, actually, why do you think there would be like more teenagers doing this kind of shit? I just feel like you need to get beat up, bro.
Listen,
like from your parents, just get whooped, bro. Like, god damn.
Listen, candidly, right? Candidly, you ask me, I'm saying these kids need an ass whooping, right? That's what they need.
Exactly.
That's what they need, bro. You cannot,
especially with that situation. To me, the remember when they threw milk at the South Yarra place?
Yes,
and then now, like, the worst things are happening. Like, they need a worse form of punishment, not necessarily from like the public, but like from your own parents, bro. Like just
people who actually
need
like
to get disciplined.
Yeah.
I think discipline is the right word. They need to get more disciplined. To like, bro, we have to do something about this, bro. It's so messed up.
Just listen, I don't know. There's people out there that have their own issues with their families and their lives, and you know, you may not be so lucky to have both your parents or even one in your life. But like, I don't know, when it comes to, you know, minors and underage, like the kids, right, who are at risk.
Yeah.
Surely you just got to give them a bit more attention, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, maybe they're lacking love or something. Did no one shower these kids with love?
Yeah.
It's like, I mean, you can also say that they grew up around bad crowds, right?
Yeah.
And they were influenced from people who are them but just older and never learnt, you know? So it's like, they do need disciplining, yes.
Yeah.
And if they do have parents in their life that are involved, give them a fucking ass whooping.
Yeah, there has to be more consequences to the things you do.
Yeah,
yeah. Like in Singapore, if you like have chewing gum in itself is illegal in Singapore. So if you like litter or like you spit chewing gum on the street, bro, you goddamn know you're gonna get beat up, bro. Okay, police is just gonna come out of nowhere and just get the cane, boom. No, I'm kidding. It's not that crazy, guys. It's not that crazy, right? It is illegal to have chewing gum and stuff.
Yeah.
But there has to be like consequences to that kind of thing, you know? It's not necessarily about like the laws being crazy, but
Yeah.
it's what's the word I'm looking for? The ethics, or like um, it's like just putting that rule so people will be more like cautious. It's not that crazy because it doesn't really happen, you know. This chewing gum thing is a big thing where everybody loves to make fun of, but to be honest, no one really like eats chewing gum. No one really brings chewing gum to Singapore. No one really like spits out chewing gum.
Yeah,
and it's like
I think if it's
might as well just put it there. You know,
Yeah.
like if you bring chewing gum, like you're gonna fucking die, right? You're gonna get slapped. Yeah. To the families out there, I hope they're all doing better, and to everyone around that Sydney area, hope they're all pretty good. And just be safe out there, guys.
Just
Yeah.
look out for yourselves. Look out for others.
Yeah.
It's not wrong to run away. It's good for you. Honest at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know?
It really depends on the situation. You know, like if I was surrounded with like moms, uncles around me, I think my priority would to bring them to safety, of course.
Right.
But
yeah.
if like the guy was coming to me, you best know I'm throwing everything I got at him.
Yeah,
like everything I got at him.
Yeah.
I don't care what the
and
law
everyone,
says.
everyone's gonna say no. You don't do that. You know, you're endangering yourself. No, but like, come on, man.
Yeah, I think the thing is, when things happen at that time, you'll be surprised what your fight or flight reaction will be.
Because exactly.
Yeah.
Everyone's response is unique to themselves.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so I
very
think-
different, because I remember there was a time where like this lady passed out on the train
Mm.
when I was in Singapore. Like she randomly just passed out, and then no one went to her. That was I can't blame anyone, because it's like she's sleeping, you know, like it's like their fight or flight response. But for me, it's like she fell, I straight away ran.
Yeah.
Like that was my reaction. And to be honest, if you ask me logically, would I do that? I would say no. Like would I run to it? I would say no.
I mean,
but when it happens,
if you're given time to think about it, right, then you could probably come up with a more logical answer. But in the moment,
correct.
obviously, you're just going to act on your human instinct.
Yeah, and everyone's different, because like for me, I would say I wouldn't go up to her. I would wait for someone to go up to her.
Mm.
But in reality, I realized I'm not that guy.
Yeah.
I'm just running straight.
I mean, there's probably people out there whose like response to that would be to like walk
not-
5 train what are they called?
Like the carriage.
Yeah, train carriages like over, like just get as
correct.
far away
Yeah.
as possible.
And that's just human, man. Like it's you can't explain how humans react in like their fight or flight response. So yeah, that's what we got to talk about, the Bondi thing. The next thing that I want to talk about, YouTube stuff, man. Do you know MKBHD? You know MKBHD, right?
Yeah, I know
The
they
tech
are.
YouTuber.
Yeah.
Do you know about the recent drama that's been going on with him?
No, I do not.
He reviewed this thing called the Humane AI pin. So this thing is like a pin that you stick on your chest, and then it has like your notifications connected to your phone, and then it can scan like a car and be like, oh, this is a Tesla Cybertruck or whatever it is. And he titled the review "The Worst Product I've Ever Reviewed." And Twitter has been going crazy with like all these people saying like MKBHD has to take responsibility for his actions, because this sensational thumbnails might kill a company. It might affect the company. The stock of the company is going down, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And let's take a step back, all right? Let's take a step back. I think it's just insane how, like, I remember years ago when I was watching MKBHD with my friends, right? MKBHD, Linus Tech Tips, Your Average Consumer, all these Soldier Knows Best, all these OG tech YouTubers, right?
Yeah.
And just like, oh my god, do you watch that video? Like how they shot this video? Oh my god, like, oh, do you know what he talked about the Samsung? Oh my god, like it was such a communal tech thing. Like everyone who loves tech just enjoyed watching their videos, right?
Yeah.
But now, like, tech reviewers have gotten so strong that they can affect like stock prices. Isn't that?
Yeah.
Isn't that mad?
Yes, it is.
Like
I mean,
YouTubers, you know?
You could relate it to the same thing when Elon Musk tweeted about Dogecoin, and it fucking flew. It's like, yeah, I mean, I think a big part of it is the YouTube as well, right? Like YouTube is probably in its own right a prestigious media platform now for like reviews.
Yeah.
Like people look for, when you search up for reviews, the first thing to come up is obviously fucking YouTube. You know, people post their video stuff all there. So like anyone from the general public, when they're looking to see what
anything before they buy.
Anything
big.
before they buy, right? They go to YouTube. They look for people to review and tell them what they think of it. And with people such as like Marcus Brownlee and like, you know, Who's the Boss and whatnot, it's like they have these guys are OGs, man. How long they've been? This dude has 18.7 million subscribers, bro.
Yeah, and that was the
It's
argument. Like he has 18 million subscribers, so like he has to be more careful.
Yeah, but I mean, like, then that's like the other thing, right? It's like at the end of the day, he's doing his own thing.
Yeah.
Right? And
but it's like, for me, it's like, bro, it's a review.
It is, right? It's a review.
That's the whole point.
And it's his review, you know? It's like, it's his review. So you can respect someone's opinion.
Yeah.
But
his
like,
only argument was like, it could have been less sensational. Like, it could have been like a bad product or whatever it is. But my argument is, bro, if you are into the YouTube scene and you care so much about all these things, right? You should know damn well that the CEO of the company already agreed to let his video be out. He probably asked every single one of them. Why would 5 YouTubers randomly take this product and specifically review it out of their own will?
Yeah, true.
Right? Yeah. So the CEO already like talked to them about it. The title, maybe they didn't know, but he definitely expected bad reviews. What do you think? Like after before even tech reviewers got the product, do you think he never tested it? Like, you think he didn't like pass around this shit like among 100 people and like let them test it? He knew it was a bad product, but he wants to bring PR.
Yeah.
Right? You have to bring PR, bad PR, good PR, whatever it is, right?
Just PR.
Yeah. If the product was so bad that the reviews made the company drop, then that's what
then
it was.
That's something that you like should have expected right now.
Exactly.
Like, as a CEO in like the tech area, right? When you're producing a new product, surely you already know that in this world, if you release like a product such as that, one that you want to be tested by tech reviewers, right? Then you know it's going to go up on. You know that there's going to be reviews for it.
Yeah.
And you know that those reviews are going to be heavily influential on your stock price.
Yeah.
On your company. You know, so if it's a shit product, you get shit reviews, it's a shit company, you know, you're gonna get dropped, bro.
Yeah, it's already a shit thing, so you can't blame it on Marquez because it's already like a shit thing. So it's just a matter of whether you want to improve your products from there.
Yeah. I mean, maybe that's like the strat, you know, bring out something that's really shitty and then boom, next year upgraded, it's fucking 10 times better. Look at this shit. And then the comeback review is even stronger.
Yeah, there has been like a few companies like that, like the Razer phone that he reviewed. He specifically said the vibration motors were really bad.
Yeah.
And I get that, bro. Like, I don't know if you've had a bad vibrator on your phone. All the girls listening to this, like, I've had a few bad vibrators in my lifetime. If you've had bad vibrating motors on your phone, bro, it feels so bad. Like, every time you can miss a call or you can miss a good notification and like that. So he said that like really bluntly on a video, and then the next year when they released like the new version of the Razer phone, they were like, Marcus, you have to check the vibration motor on this, and like they actually worked on it, and like that was a good like thing that they did. So with the human AI thing, I feel like if it was already a bad product and the company dies, then that's not his fault, you know. And to be honest, in my personal opinion, everyone listening to this, like most of our audience would be like students, right? Students at this point, and we watch all these tech YouTubers before we buy a new phone, or like when we feel like we want to upgrade new phones, and like they are part of our lives. And the fact that we don't know anything about this product and we feel like it's a dumb product, it's like, it just, what do you expect?
Yeah,
like
exactly.
It's meant to be.
I mean, if you are out there saying that he's like he shouldn't have done this, or he should be blamed for it, right? It's like, but next time you like try to see the difference between the new iPhone and the new Samsung, who are you going to go watch?
Yeah.
Who are you seeing? Whose reviews are you watching?
Exactly.
Because there ain't no way you're not watching the fucking reviews.
Yeah, you will be watching.
You will be watching them.
Yeah. No one buys an iPhone nowadays who they just go like, oh, let's just go to the store and buy a new iPhone. You know, you always just go to YouTube and like iPhone 15.
Yeah, tell me what's new about it.
Yeah, type iPhone 15 for me, and then see what's the first one that pops out. Yeah. See, first video MKBHD, second video MKBHD. What's the third one other than the ad? JSL reviews. I know that guy, Mr. Who's the Boss. There you go. So they're all a part of our lives at this point, and he's as honest as he can be, and there will always be people who are unhappy, bro. Because people are always saying like, oh, Marquez is a little bit too biased, like he will never give a bad review or whatever. And I'm like, when he does a bad review and then they complain again.
Yeah.
So you can never be happy, man.
Yeah.
It's interesting, man. YouTube has gotten to a point where like it used to be just YouTube to a certain extent. I feel like TV still views YouTube as like the small thing. But man, is it like powerful as shit.
It's so big, bro.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Yeah.
YouTube is people don't understand now how big and how strong YouTube is.
Yeah, like
It's
culturally, man.
Culturally,
Yeah.
I mean, even for the sake of I like because it's no longer just about pushing out creative content now. It's not only the platform isn't only just for that now.
Yeah, even like the late night hosts, like most of their views come from
Yeah, all their clips and stuff.
yeah,
man.
all their clips come from YouTube.
Yeah.
So YouTube's the place to be, man. Yeah, there's a lot of news and stuff. Yeah, and even with news,
Right.
Speaking
Some
about news,
people use
I watched
YouTube
the-
as their exclusive like a platform for producing news and stuff.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
that's where I watch my news.
I mean, like 15 years ago, Hot Ones would have been a television show, right?
Yeah,
But now, no.
it's a
Every
YouTube
episode is episode, bro. Episodes are released on
Yeah.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
yeah. I think within our new culture, YouTube is the thing. You know, my parents still like at 8 p.m. they'll sit down, like watch the news. But for me, it's like I just YouTube the news.
Yeah.
Like there's no other way for me to check the news.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, any other topics that we want to get into?
What's
just-
going on with your visa?
Just waiting for the visa, man. With like last week, I've already talked about like my granny passing away, and like I'm still not able to go back home. I just miss the food, bro. With like Eid going on right now, man. Oh my god.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that's- I just
can feel
miss
that.
food so much. Like it's just different because my dad has been like sending me videos and like all the snacks and stuff. I'm like, bro, come on, man. Like it doesn't work like over here, man. Like I'm trying my best to find like good food, but all I'm getting is salt and pepper. No, I'm kidding.
Salt and pepper.
Nah, there's definitely a lot of food here still, but like just home food, man. Yeah, because me and my friend were just talking yesterday. Like he was asking me what do you do in Singapore? You know, like what's a fun thing to do? And I've been so used to living life here that I'm like, the thing that's fun here is like going to a road trip or like going to see the beach and like reading a book, you know, like chilling out.
Yeah.
That I forget that going out to eat at night is a fun thing that we did. Yeah. Like, because everything closes at like 5 p.m. over here, bro.
Yeah, it's
Fucking hell.
on a weekday as well.
Yeah, on a
so
weekday,
yeah.
bro. Like on at 5, especially in summer, that's worse because like at 5 p.m. it's like in
It's
the middle of
it's
the
the
day.
afternoon, bro. It's the
Yeah.
middle of the afternoon.
Exactly. And like in Singapore, you would go out for supper and like have prata at
Yeah.
12 a.m.
Yeah.
Like that's an actual thing.
That's an actual like activity that you guys did.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like for him, it was like, so you guys just go out at like 12 a.m. Like yeah. And he said this first. So do you guys like just hang out and then go for dinner afterwards? I'm like, no, dinner is the activity.
Dinner is the activity. Yeah.
Dinner is the activity at 9 p.m. Yeah, it's not even like a 5 p.m. kind of thing where like we go out like really late at night
That's
and enjoy. Yeah.
yeah. That's like so crazy to me, bro. Like, we never.
That's why I have to bring you to Singapore, bro. Like the fact that
That's-
you're Indian and you
to.
don't understand this culture is
Yeah,
mad
yeah.
to me,
I need to
you know?
go with you, man. That's the thing. Bro.
Exactly, and like bring
show
you,
me around and shit, bro.
and you gonna like it's so normal to me, right? And like all my Singaporean friends, man, like it's been so normal to us, right? We have to bring this Indian Australian dude, right, to Singapore and be like, you're gonna hang out with Malay, Chinese, Filipino, and Indians at 12 a.m. having pratas, alright? And everyone knows what prata is.
Yeah, exactly.
All of us are like, hey, you want prata?
Bro, I'm gonna go around fucking correcting all of your pronunciations.
No, but that's the Singapore
yeah,
version.
and then I'm
It's
gonna
not
be
even-
really fucking arrogant, and I'm gonna be like, no, you're wrong, bitch, fuck you.
But that's the thing. No, it's not even. That's the thing. Like
Can we afford the top floor of the Marina Bay Sands?
that's not even. That's like the white Singapore.
Is that the white Singapore?
That's the white Singapore.
Okay,
bro.
where's the bougie real Singapore then?
Like just go to like Mr. Teh Tarik, and then
How the fuck do I spell that?
Sri San, Afghanistan. There's this place called Afghanistan. I'm not even kidding. I don't know why. I don't know why it's called that, but yeah, Sri San, this thing. So they have like prata, murtabak,
Yeah.
all these kind of things, and it's a thing that we all eat, man. It's a normal thing for us. It's not a new thing for us. So I definitely have to bring you there. That would be amazing content, bro.
Man, yes,
be
it
amazing
would be,
content.
bro. I need a.
Yeah.
You need to take me, bro.
I'll definitely like the next time I'm going back soon, right? We will definitely have to.
Yeah.
I'll have a talk with you.
I should hopefully have a job by then as well. So
Yeah,
nice,
I'll have like a proper conversation with you to like actually bring.
So
you
to
there.
actually, yeah.
I think it would be good. Yeah.
Damn, bro.
But just, oh my god, the food, man.
This is nice.
To bring my friends out at like 12 a.m. or for like a garlic prata or like garlic naan. Oh my god.
Sorry,
and like
what's
to get a tower.
I apologize. What's the currency for Singapore? What do you guys use?
Singaporean dollars.
Singaporean dollars.
Yeah, it's a little bit stronger than Australian.
A little bit, yeah. Okay, I thought so. Yeah. You're $4.50 for a fucking chocolate milkshake, bro.
Yeah, bro. Let's go. Prata, bro. That's the thing. I told all my friends, like, food is the thing that you buy. Like, food is cheap. Like, you go out, like, food is cheap.
Food is
buy
food. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, because over here, that's the thing as well. Like, for you guys, going out to eat is like a special thing.
Yeah, true.
For us, it's not. It's like a part of life.
Damn.
That's why I have to bring you there.
Oh, fuck, man.
Yeah.
Shit.
There's so many places,
I'm
man.
feeling excited.
So many biryanis. I think you can have a whole trip in Singapore where we just eat biryani and it's just different biryanis.
You know what's funny? I actually really I quite accurately remember the layout of like Little India as well though, because when I went last time, that's all. But
Little India is just a small sliver of it.
Yeah, no, but see, that's the thing about Indians, bro. Everywhere we go, we want Indian only, bro. There's nothing else. We're looking for Indian shit.
Correct.
First day in fucking Bali, I forgot to mention this. First fucking day in Bali, we landed, we got to our fucking villa, right? 30 minutes later, out for an Indian restaurant. Straight off the fucking bat, bro. It was crazy. Bro, I'm like, I asked Dad, I was like, Dad, what are we gonna do? Where are we going to eat? You know, we could look at this like a fruit, like a marketplace anywhere that's selling like a bazaar or like selling street meat and shit. It's like, no, actually, I found a good Indian place 20 minutes ago. I'm like, Dad, please.
The thing is, like, I understand if it's like a religious purpose. Like for us, we go for like halal places, and usually halal places are like either Malay, Turkish, or like that kind of range, right? Kebabs. But if you can eat anything, then just try the local foods.
No.
Why do you have to go for Indian specifically?
No. And I mean, Wes, you remember when Wes was talking about this as well, right? It's like every time someone like has a birthday in the family, they go out to an Indian restaurant. Yeah. It is what it is, man. It's just the way we work.
Man, it would be so fun. Like, definitely, I have to bring you guys to Singapore and like get you to taste the Singaporean food and like see how cheap
I
it is.
need it. I need to try. I need
Yeah.
to fucking try.
Alright, guys, that's it for the pod, and let's wrap it up. Be safe out there, and don't be too worried. I have faith in the Australian security guards and some random workers out there who's gonna be like, fuck off.
Yeah. Stay safe, guys. Stay safe.
Stay safe, everyone.